Hey everyone, this special episode is dedicated to my good friend and subscriber Adam, and he had a question to me and it was, hey, can you share some tips on how I can spruce up my corporate slide decks, reduce a lot of the heavy lifting and work I need to do as I customize charts and graphs and data visualize? And I thought, oh yeah, we could go a long way on this one. So let's do this to respect the integrity and proprietary intellectual property of all the clients I work with. I'm gonna do this by working with a bone stock brand new presentation and show you what you need to look at, and I think you'll be able to rapidly do this with your own deck. So let's take a look at that. Okay, we're talking about corporate decks. You know what I'm talking about. You get this corporate slide deck, you look in the slide master, and well, there's a lot going on. There's usually a slide for almost everything. So the first thing I want to do is just show you the essentials you need to make sure that are in place. Even if you've gotten a deck, I would say don't trust it yet. So let me just walk you through a few of these must-do things. I'm going to do this by using a blank presentation deck so I do not offend any corporations that I work with. So the very first thing you need to do is peel back the onion here. Go hit view, go hit slide master. All right. So what you're typically going to see is a whole bunch of different slide masters in there. But what I've found, and this is also something that I do not only as a creative director, a presentation designer, but this is something that graphic designers do as well, is we tend to want to not have a lot of regimented slides. And the reason for that is it's almost like when you're renovating a home, it can be more difficult to have to peel back things that are already there rather than just start with a clean slate. So this is why I'm using just a blank bone stock PowerPoint. So the first thing is check out the slide master. Let's get that in gear. And I'm going to assume again, you've got some branded thing in here, but what typically you want to pay attention to here is not even the slide master first. I want you to go over here to the themes area. So the theme is the overarching powerhouse of your PowerPoint deck. So the first thing I want you to do is select your corporate fonts in here if they're not already there. And you can see I've got a lot of customized fonts based on different brands that I work with. And then below that are your office fonts of just various office fonts out there. So if you need to customize it, you can go down here, hit customize, and what you want to do is select what font you want for your heading and what font you want for your body. And I will say 99 out of 100 times, even with the most elaborate slide deck I get from a corporation, and I'm talking major corporations here, no one has gone in and customized the theme fonts. And I just don't get it, because this is the deal where whenever you insert a new text box and you want to create some sort of custom design, it always defaults to the theme font. And if it's Calibri, that means you need to do a lot of work, or all of your thousands of employees need to do a lot of work. So the first thing I say is go in and make sure your theme font, not your slide master, your theme font is set first. So you can see I've got a lot of different ones in here. I'm just going to select a very solid one here from GP Strategies. They use Segway, and Segway is a great one because number one, it's a universal standard font within the office environment. So you don't need to make sure everyone has this custom elaborate font that you might have paid thousands of dollars for. So if whatever your fonts are, make sure you've loaded them on your computer, and then you can get some really cool stuff going on as you go. So all you need to do is hit customize fonts and make sure you've already installed those and put those in, and then name it whatever you want to as a custom one. Now I will say this, for presentation plus ups, I've went ahead and made a custom font for myself here. So let's take a look at that one. The one I like is Helvetica. Helvetica New. Now this is a paid font, but it looks really rich, really rich. Now, the reason I say that is you change it here and you can see on the slide master, it's been changed. Now, incidentally, you might hear some landscaping going out there. There is blowers and everything. That's the joys of being at home. So forgive me if you have a little noise outside here. But okay, so that's the first thing, and you can see that's immediately changed. I think that's a good thing. Now, the second thing I want you to do is select this very top slide master, not these little layout slides, but this very top slide master, And what I want you to do is go over to background styles. And I'm going to show you why, because you might want to have a black background. If you do, you're going to see one click changes every single slide and changes the font to a reverse format. I think that's massive. Now, I had mentioned earlier that if you're going to want to use a lot of background textures, what I would recommend for readability is on the slide master, go up here and select both the heading and the body. And what I would recommend is go into the home section and go ahead and turn on your drop shadow. And you can see you can't see any difference here, but once you drop pictures behind that text, you're gonna see that readability, and it's just a great way. Again, we did that on a slide master, so you're gonna notice every one of these layouts also have that drop shadow. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck by just focusing in on this top slide master. So let's go back into the slide master view. The next thing I want you to do and check out here is your colors, okay? Your colors, this is so important to set your theme colors, because all of your graphs, all of your charts. So if you're a business consultant and you are having to generate embedded Excel charts to create pie charts or bar charts, that kind of thing, you can do yourself a major favor by going into the color theme and setting your colors in here. And you can see I've got some different ones for various clients in here on that end. So let's just take a look at this, and I want to show you how important this is. So let's just pick this snazzy one here from, happens to be the Cadillac themes. I've just picked that out there. So what I want you to do, and you notice even the background switched based on their theme, is I'm going to hit close. I'm not revealing any sort of proprietary information here, but let's just go ahead and insert a typical layout. Let's just call this graphs. All right, graphs. Let's select a graph. Let's make it a pie chart. How about that? And I select it, I put it in. I don't care about any of the data right now since we're working on the concept. You can see it immediately has the brand. Now what's cool is we go back into that slide master. I'm going to show you how powerful this theme color is. If you had a different one, so let's just say this was a GP Strategies one, okay? And I go ahead and hit close, voila, that graph has immediately changed. So you can see the theme is so powerful. The fonts will change. So let's go back here into that slide master, view slide master. Let's select different fonts. So let's go ahead and select a Cadillac font. Now, by the way, this is a custom font, so don't go searching around for this one, but you can see all the fonts, including the headings, the footers, everything switches. So if you want to basically reduce the amount of work, get your fonts, your themes, your colors right in the slide master. To recap, view, go slide master, and don't start over here in the slide layouts, the slide master. I want you to focus in on the theme section. Now, once you have something that you really like, you can go ahead and save that current theme, and then you can use it later. So let's just do this. I'm just gonna, for example, say save current theme. And I'm gonna just, I want you to notice this goes deep into your computer here. This goes into your user profile. I don't even wanna go into all these little layers here, but I'm just gonna call this test theme, all right? This is just our test theme for right now. Test theme. I'm gonna show you how great this is. So I'm gonna close all this stuff. I'm gonna actually just close out of this entire PowerPoint. We're gonna reopen it here, and I'll show you how powerful this is. I'm not even gonna save this graph, okay? We're just gonna get rid of it. We're gonna reopen PowerPoint and show you how powerful this is. Let's go back into a blank presentation, okay? Let's go into design. Over here, you've got all these themes. Hit this little drop-down box, and you're going to see that custom theme that you just built right here. Here's your custom ones. Click it, and you've got this thing set up. If we go back into your slide master, you're gonna notice that your colors were locked in. Yep, good. Your fonts were locked in. Even your background styles were locked in, okay? And again, let's just go ahead and make this by right-clicking this and go back to that good old-fashioned graphs. Let's just recreate that graph now, graphs. Let's click a pie chart. Let's make one. Let's kick it in here. And you're gonna see you're off to the races. So I would do that first. I would strip out all the extraneous stuff. And first of all, the very first thing I do when I get a deck, whether it's from a client, own corporation, I go right into the slide master. I basically ignore the slide master and I go right over here to the themes. And you can see those three things are get your colors, your fonts, your background style. You get that right, and then so much of the rest of this becomes really, really easy to customize. And here's a perfect example. Let's just put in just a base slide. And on this slide, what I'm gonna do is just make this a header. So all we're gonna have on this slide is a heading. You can see we've got a drop shadow on it. I'm gonna put a picture in here. If you have a PC, you can hit Alt NPD and get right to your pictures. I'm gonna go to my stock images here. Let's just pick a good old fashioned stock image, something kind of cool. Let's do a dark room. You notice I have my selection pane already set up here. Just gonna drag that to the bottom, and we're going to do a little alignment job on this thing and just shift, put this thing up here. Let's put it right to the middle, and you can see you've got something good and clean. All right, so if we wanted to do this and now make this the layout of that pie chart and put a pie chart in here, you got it. Okay, so it's going to show up super nice and clean. You've got all your branding, but you also have some personality to it. So hopefully you can see very quickly by using the themes, getting your theme right in your slide master, and then even just saving it as something that you can recreate. You can take an absolutely stock brand new PowerPoint and very quickly have this thing going and looking good. Okay, so hopefully that's some tips and strategies for you. You can see the power of the theme. Get in that slide master, ignore all the stuff that's already in your corporate slide deck, and get your theme right. Lock in your fonts, lock in your colors, lock in your backgrounds, and then you are off to the races and can rapidly customize. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Now for the next few weeks, I will not have my fancy studio. I will be out and about traveling, doing some good things out there with some experiential learning and branding. So excited about that. I will be looking to drop some just basic ninja tips that can help you plus up your presentations and hopefully just make your workflow a little faster. So stay tuned for those. I'll do my best to drop those over the next 3 weeks. But in the meantime, thanks so much. Please make it a great day.